All right, here we are for round number 1 with a great hand. We have the option of either getting Aviary Mechanic down early or saving Aviary Mechanic to bounce our Perfect Prism and just on turn 2 cycling the card. We're going to keep this hand. I believe we're on the draw, if I remember. Yes, we're on the draw. For against a red deck, probably just going to be putting down this Aviary Mechanic or just holding up Impeccable Timing. If he has a turn 2 play that Aviary Mechanic can trade with, then we'll play Aviary Mechanic. If he just passes the turn here, then we'll play Prophetic Prism. Oh. This can be scary. Opponent just taking their time, cutting through their turns. Now we bring up the question of how much respect do we put towards a Renegade Freighter next turn, as to whether or not we just hold up Impeccable Timing. I think we're going to go ahead, play our Aviary Mechanic, and feel free trading with his guy, or trading a spell for his guy. If he has the Freighter, then we have Perfect Prism next turn. Or not Perfect Prism, we have Impeccable Timing next turn to counter it. You're not going to use this ability. And if he spends his turn casting a removal spell, that's also fine for us. Don't freighter me, bro. Don't freighter me, bro. You freighted me, bro. Yep. Now we just wait for our opponent to actually crew the freighter. As he demonstrates one of the more gross starts that you can do. We take 5. Blech. Right, we're going to represent the essence thing, but we have Impeccable Timing. And we'll see what our opponent does. We want to see our opponent play another creature first to crew the freighter and attack with both things. What we don't want to see is a Built to Smash. Built to Smash is the actual worst thing that we can see. Sure. Trigger in the stack. We'll get blown out by any combat trick in the set. But this is our opportunity to try and kill a freighter. Now we'll wait a good couple minutes for our opponent to decide that he has the combat trick, which he does. Soul Strike is less painful, but still painful. We would not mind a Soul Strike of our own. And we're going to take 6 here. So, it's not looking good. We will love to scry. We will send that to the bottom. Oh, that's one of the cards that's going to be able to save us. I'm going to go ahead and get a Malthus squad out there. We're going to make a servo. Alright, so for sure, like, this is going to trample over no matter what. Like, we could try and put 2 in front of it and trump this, but I think our best bet is to try and go to 1 this turn. And just trade this off. And hopefully it doesn't have Fiery Conclusion or something like that. And then next turn we can try and come back with Tidy Conclusion or something of the like. That's fine. Aetherborn Marauder is going to be a good card to get us back into the game. Planes. And our opponent only has 1 card in hand, so that's one of our saving graces right now. Cruise that. Oh, if he has Built to Last in hand as like a random splash, doesn't attack. But still crude. Well, we're going to Tidy Conclusion, the train. Gonna cast this Perfect Prism. Angel, good. Cast this Marauder. You're going to choose all counters. Alright. If we get a couple attacks in with this Marauder, then we might be able to get back into this game. Your opponent has a burn spell in hand, then we won't be able to get back into this game. But we're very quickly going to try and trade off our board, keeping our lifelinker, and attack. This Revel Colony is probably never coming down. Actually, if we get a couple attacks in with the Marauder, I can see it coming down. And thus doing some trades. We will trade to stay alive. Sure. You have a 1/1. Oh, Cell Strike is going to be so good. Attack. You're splashing a 1-mana 1/1. Give our guy Pseudo Vigilance. Yes. We'll still choose all counters. And we'll pass the turn. Soul Strike is so good against this board right now. That's all we want. Mastodon, that is fine. You guys have 3/2. If you attack, we'll block. Oh, this is great. So we're going to go ahead and attack for 6. Play the Pioneer. That gets us a whole bunch of chump blockers. Make a servo. He immediately F6s through his first phase. If he attacks with things, we will block it all. Too late, you can't give him vigilance because you F6 through your main phase. And that's probably one of our best draws. We're going to continue forth. Only really matters to attack with 6. Since that gives us lethal next turn, unless he has a removal spell. We do have Subtle Strike, which will be nice. But I think we just go ahead and attack for 6. Now we have Subtle Strike, and I think we just found our way back into this game. Took some early beats from a train. Sure. Sure. Land. We're just gonna play Chump Ahoy here. He's probably just gonna cycle his Bowmat Courier, which might mean that we should use a Soul Strike now before he gets a chance to cycle it, like if he's just drawing dead. You'll block, block, block. Go to 7. He's gonna cycle the courier. We're gonna attempt to win. And we're gonna attempt to win with the chance of more lifelink. And he's just F6. Do you have anything, friend? Next game. Alright, so we're going to bring in Fragmentize, because Fragmentize is good against Drain. I like having these early 2 drops. Cell Strike seems great against him. Colony seems less good against him, since it looks like we're going to be wanting to block. Same with Rush Vitality, that seems a little bit better. And Impeccable Timing seems better as well. Just these cheap removal spells. Probably over like Ballista just seems like it's going to be too slow or expensive. I just like having these early guys to block off. Maybe like eliminate the competition. If we're bringing in a bunch of 1-for-1 spells, the spell that's having us go wide seems less good. Then again, this is just such a strong effect if you can build it to work with you. I definitely like the Impeccable Timings. I like the Fragmentizers because we did see one very solid target for it, 2 couple solid targets for it. And I like this because it looked like he's trying to race. So I think we're just going to get rid of, eliminate the competition. Especially since we're going to be looking to trade off a little bit more, that we're not necessarily going to have as much of a board presence to try and wipe our side. Yeah, it seems fine. And if we just turn 3 AO Responder against him, it feels like we're... oh, hey! Speak and he shall appear. Saying sweet because it has to play that I just said might just win us the game on the spot. Oh, Bowman Courier turn 1 is so good. He's going to draw like so many cards from that. We might actually just Impeccable Time. Oh, unless we draw Cell Strike. Cell Strike just makes this a great play. Like I would Cell Strike just to -1/-1 that. But regardless of what happens, we probably will Impeccable Timing this next turn, unless he plays something bigger that is clearly going to be a target. But since we have a 3-drop or 4-drop, we have our curve for up until 5 that, especially if he's just gonna throw down a pump spell, or do you just not realize that you haven't dealt damage yet? So you're gonna throw down a pump spell now. That's great. You just haven't realized you haven't dealt damage yet. That's fine as well. We love a scry. Should probably pay attention to what you're doing with your scry. We would like to scry. We will put this plains on the bottom. What did you do with your scry? You joined the game. You chose not to scry. Alright. Good move, sir. I commend you for your move of not scrying. He has the natural. We will go forth in Impeccable Timing this Bowmat Courier. If he wants to discard 4 cards for 3 cards, That's fine. We will not block. We will impact the time. Would you like to cycle your hand? 4 mana and a creature. He does. Sure. I guess he didn't have anything. He's already played land this turn. I mean, he had Spontaneous Artist. And he had the Puzzle Knot. This Puzzle Knot is actually pretty decent against like a Propeller Pioneer. That was actually a pretty nice get. Or next turn, it would have been great against Aerial Responder. Which, 9 times out of 10, Aerial Responder is not blocking next turn. You still don't know that you're not in your second main phase, sir. So in order to play that card, you need to go to your... You need to deal damage to me. I know you don't want to deal damage to me, but you need to deal damage to me. Are we going to scry again? Going to play dual character Exemplar. Come on, Subtle Strike. Ha ha ha! So this turn we just play Aerial Responder. We don't block anything. Especially if he attacks with this, we never are blocking. And then we get to... We'll Subtle Strike on our turn to get rid of the Exemplar. And that way his Subtle Strike will be less scary. And we hold up Rush of Vitality and be able to block on his turn. Seems good. We'll take 5 though, in the meantime. Alright, so this kind of shows that he probably doesn't have anything. So only take 3. Could have gotten a free attack in there, because there's no way we're blocking. And Gremlins. Gremlins is a good thing for us to Rush of Vitality. And he only has 1 card in hand, so I'm feeling good about this game. We're going to go ahead and Soul Strike right now. Target creature gets -1/-1. Target creature gets +1/+1 counter. Ba-boom. Attack for 3/4 lifelink. We will block all the time. Are you splashing this? I want to know. Because you're splashing a 1-mana spell. You're splashing wrong. What you got? What you got? Sure. Mirror this. Me. Sure. Sure. I will block. You're fine with this block. You think this block looks great. I'll give my guy more lifelink. Double lifelink. Also indestructible. And he scoops. He scoops, he scores. Alright, and we will see you for round number 2. That was a pretty straightforward game of double Fireweaver's Puzzle Knot against cards. See you next time.